Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. McDonald's faces a share price drop linked to E. coli concerns with its quarter pounder, while Enphase Energy and Starbucks experienced significant declines following disappointing earnings reports. Tesla investors brace for updates on margins and deliveries ahead of earnings, as Pfizer is scrutinized for overpaying in recent acquisitions. Meanwhile, Texas Instruments sees a stock rise post Q3 results, and the FAA's finalized rules bring flying air taxis closer to reality. Stay tuned after the short ad break to learn more about these developments. McDonald's shares dropped 10% following a warning from the Centers for Disease Control about an E. coli outbreak in Colorado and Nebraska connected to their quarter pounder. 10 people are hospitalized, and 1 person has died. McDonald's is collaborating with federal agencies to find the contaminated ingredient, suspending the use of onions and beef patties in several states. Meanwhile, competitors Burger King, Wendy's, and Shake Shack experienced an increase in share prices.
Enphase Energy's third-quarter earnings per share were 65 cents, falling short of estimates by 13 cents. Revenue decreased nearly 31% from the previous year to $380.87 million, missing expectations by $13.3 million. For the fourth quarter of 2024, revenue is projected to be between $360 million and $400 million, which is below the consensus of $435.21 million.
Investment firm Starboard Value has ramped up its campaign against Pfizer, criticizing the company for overpaying in acquisitions since 2022. CEO Jeffrey Smith pointed out a market value loss between $20 and $60 billion since 2019, attributing it to poor capital allocation and research inefficiencies. He calls on Pfizer's board to secure better returns on investments.
Enphase Energy shares fell 8.8% after hours due to a disappointing third-quarter report, with earnings and revenue missing expectations. Revenue dropped 31% compared to last year, and fourth-quarter guidance was below Wall Street estimates. European sales decreased by 15%, while U.S. sales increased by 43%. Other companies in the solar sector also experienced declines in response.
Tesla shares fell by 1% as investors anticipate the company's third-quarter earnings report. Analysts expect revenue of $25.7 billion and earnings of 60 cents per share, with attention on an 8% operating margin. Elon Musk's comments on deliveries are important, while the Model 2 is not mentioned to prevent affecting current sales.
Texas Instruments shares increased by 1% in after-hours trading, even though the company missed fourth-quarter guidance expectations. For the third quarter, revenue dropped by 8.4% to $4.15 billion, with earnings at $1.47 per share. Looking forward, Texas Instruments predicts earnings between $1.70 and $1.29 per share on revenue ranging from $3.7 billion to $4 billion for the next quarter, which is below what analysts expected.
The Federal Aviation Administration has introduced new regulations for electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, known as eVTOLs. These rules, signed by Administrator Mike Whitaker at a Las Vegas convention, set operational guidelines and pilot training standards for these innovative air taxis. Major companies like Delta Air Lines and Toyota Motor are investing heavily in this emerging sector.
Starbucks Corporation's shares fell almost 5% after hours due to disappointing fourth-quarter results. Global store sales decreased by 7%, with U.S. sales down 6% because of fewer transactions, and China's sales dropped by 14%. Starbucks suspended its fiscal year 2025 guidance amid a CEO transition but increased its quarterly dividend to 61 cents per share.
Thanks for tuning into the Daily Business and Finance Show. Stay informed, stay ahead. Join us next time for more insights to fuel your financial journey. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. It's time for us to say goodbye until we see each other again tomorrow.
This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. This podcast provides information only and should not be construed as financial or business advice. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.